Something a little different for this one, and we have got the Guild Surfliner in a Catalina Blue no less. So let's have a listen to it first, and I shall tell you what I can. So let's go. Pickup time, and starting with the noisy or distorted setting. Very, very simple to use these controls. We've got three individual switches, one for each pickup. So we'll do them one at a time, and of course you can have any variation with this setup. So starting with the humbucker in the bridge. Very nice. Turn that off and into the centre. Very good indeed. And these de-almond single coils are actually slightly more powerful than Gill's humbucker onto the neck pickup. Lovely stuff. Right, let's see how it cleans up, and I think that this is where it's going to score. And starting again with all of them switched off, we will pop the humbucker in the bridge on. That's a nice pickup into the centre. onto the neck. Intonation. Just for a laugh, let's stick all three on. Take the middle one out. And how about just the two singles? A bewildering array of tonal variations. Honestly, top marks to go for this one. Right, let's have a look round. Not 20, not 21, not 22 or 24, but 23. I have never ever seen or played, certainly, a guitar before that has got, count them, 23 frets. So there's your 21 marker. 22, 23. I have been up and down the neck on this, thinking, surely I've got this wrong. But no, it is, there's no two ways about it. It has got 23 frets. And I do like Quirky. I like Quirky, providing it's practical. Certainly when I've reviewed 24 fret guitars, what I've always said to you is that I might not necessarily use all 24 frets, but it does make fret 22 easier to get to. And that is certainly the case with this. It's a 25.5 inch scale, like a Fender, and it is, usefully 1 fret longer than I expected, certainly. So let's have a look and see what you get. Well, yes, the headstock logo usefully tells us that it is a Guild, of course, and if you have a look around the back here, do I need to turn that upside down? No, I think you can see that as it is. So the sticker on the back indicates certainly that the Guild family have now moved to Indonesia. But of course, they've got to keep the costs down. And let me just say that, of course, Guild for a long time has been owned by Fender. And this will have been from the Fender years. This was made in 2022. But in 2023, the Cordoba industry was bought out by Yamaha. So any future ones from Guild that you see will have been, well, strictly speaking, be Yamahas. So what do we get in terms of fit and finish and construction and what have you? So, well, the first thing that you can't help but notice is the locking tuners on the back. That's a nice feature, isn't it? And I did do a string change and a bit of a general, MOT on this. And the string change took absolutely no time at all because locking tuners makes it a speedy process. I mean, not by miles, but it's a useful thing. So that's nice. Now, of course, these are, of course, at the budget end of the Guild spectrum, and they have to save money somewhere. And as you can probably see around here, I mean, you can't feel it because the joint's almost imperceptible. So you can see just here, there is a scarf joint, which of course means that you're using less wood. If there was no scarf joint, if it was a single piece of wood, then you've got to use all of this width right the way down and then carve it out. But if you use a scarf joint, you can then stop the neck here and start again and use it, so it just saves wood. And of course it's bolted into a poplar body, which, as you can see from the grain, as you can see from the grain, there are three distinct lumps of wood joined here, join here, I think, and that's what we call a butcher block construction. While we're around the back, you can see these 6 ferrules here, which of course means that it's a string through body. This is the cavity control plate, and although it's quite big, it doesn't house very much at all. There's just on the rail is the 2 pots, the volume and tone pot, and the exhaust pipe stuff here. Let's take that out. Yeah, so. Yes, exhaust pipe on front, which is neither a good or bad thing. It's just a thing. I love the colour, and I love the fact that it's like a trans finish. So you can see the wood grain through the paint and the lacquer, and it is high gloss. It's a fabulous, fabulous finish. Yes, so exhaust pipe here, volume and tone controls here, and string through to a pneumatic bridge, which is excellent because I did need to use it to do the setup today. And here you've got a Guild LB humbucker, which is not terribly powerful, but very, very sweetly voiced indeed. And these are Diamond pickups, and of course this Diamond was, at the time of the construction of this in 2022, Diamond certainly were, or very possibly are, or were owned by Fender under this Cordoba plant, or Cordoba company. So yeah, so all very, very nice pickups indeed, all very, very nicely balanced. And then we get to the switching, which I do rather like. So switching, so you've got 3 switches, and they do exactly what you'd expect them to do. They turn each pickup on in order. So you can have any combination of the 3, all 3, 2 or 1 of each, whichever you prefer. And it's so all of the guts, all the clever stuff is hidden here underneath the scratch plate. And yeah, so yeah, maple neck, maple cap, 23 frets, weirdly, and a nice offset body, you'd have to say, wouldn't you? It's not a regular shape, but it's very nice to play. It's beautifully balanced. It doesn't weigh a ton, although I'll be honest with you, it does weigh slightly more than I expected it to. I think it's about 3.6 kgs, or whatever the Church of England equivalent to that is. So yeah, nice and weird. Very, very brilliant player, beautiful player. We're on the high E at the 12th fret. We're at 1mm and 2 mils on the bass side, which is just fabulous to play. The tonal variety of sounds that you can get out of this, and really more so if you're in a clean setting. If you're not distorted, everything sounds the same, doesn't it? You know, but largely, certainly on the clean settings, you really can feel all of that tonal variation. Prices. So today I look on the intergalactic hyperspace, and it reveals that this very model can be purchased from Tommen. They were the cheapest at 251 quid. You can buy one from, I think it's Patrick's Guitars in somewhere that isn't here, but it's in the UK. So, Stratford, I think, yes, for 400 quid. But that does include a setup, which apparently they value at £90. So certainly, I did very, very little fiddling with this. The fret ends are fabulous. The fit and finish is really top quality. So not much for me to do apart from bang new strings in it. Yeah, a little bit of intonation work. All in all, I would say that these are fabulously built, very, very well crafted, and built by, and at least if the Indonesian company isn't used to building higher end guitars, certainly Guild have come up with all of the relevant instructions to make them produce something that is really very tasty indeed. And so with all that said, yeah, 250 quid, wow, what a bargain. So with all that said, I shall thank you all ever so much for tuning in as always, and I shall look forward to seeing you on the next one. Adios amigos, ta-ra.